Let's just do Last Dance right away. I enjoyed the doc. I wish they omitted the pizza story because I think that kind of is the one thing that kind of now, if the pizza story wasn't in there, I think that the whole, like, okay, so people are saying it's very biased and in Jordan's voice, and obviously he produced it. I think the pizza doc puts it over the edge where now you're like, okay, wait, what else? Because it's like clearly a fabrication and a dumb story. So now it opens the door to like, wait, let's rewatch this and see what else is probably bullshit. So that's my only complaint is the pizza narrative. The rest of the doc I loved. I thought it was fantastic.
BBD, I'll kick it to you because I know you had some firm takes on this too. Where are you at with the pizza game?
I think that's more or less exactly what I'd say on the pizza situation. I mean, it's just I believe exactly 0% of the pizza story.
Oh, if you believe the pizza story, I got a bag of rocks to sell you.
I mean, you can't tell
me. Give me them rocks, baby. Give me them rocks.
Michael Jordan, the most famous person on earth, the night before a finals game, had his like 2 or 3 closest confidants around him with 5 people delivering a pizza. And they said they had a bad feeling about it ahead of time. And then they let him eat the whole pizza by himself.
And they
does pizza give you food poisoning?
And they gave the name, like when they called all the pizza places, like, this is for Michael Jordan. What? That's the exact fucking opposite of what celebrities of his ilk, which there isn't really, would do. Like, you would never do that. Yeah, it just kind of nothing adds up.
My other
what do we got?
Hungover.
My other thing is like it's a hungover game.
Yeah.
And I don't know why he wouldn't just admit that, because that's the thing that like would have made him look bad and people think of him differently, even though everyone knew that.
Yeah.
So it'd have been the perfect thing to like, he said he would look bad and like you only care if you're a loser because like he played well and whatever. It's part of the cool story.
And the other thing is, if he thinks someone spiked his pizza, this is the most revengeful, spiteful dude in the world. We would know that a supermarket in Illinois said like, this is one of the best steaks, and they put the number 23 in the steak on a promotion, and Jordan and his camp sued the fuck out of him for using him. If 5 guys poisoned a pizza before the night of the finals in Utah against Utah, like that would be a vengeance, a story, a hunt, a path. There's just like, like BBD said, 0.0 of that story makes sense.
I'm in on it. People of Salt Lake are nasty. They're as nasty as a fan base gets. And I mean, if a pizza gets delivered to the hotel that the Bulls are staying at, and you know the Bulls might have been the only people staying there. Again, I mean, picture jump in the 90s. I mean, this is before social media and stuff like this. And you've got a couple bums at the only Salt Lake pizza place that's open at that time of night. And you got some of these vengeful people that are like, hey, if this is going to the Bulls, let's put some nasty stank in there. Fuck it up. We could win for our Utah Jazz. And the Jazz are known as the nastiest fan base in the NBA. And I don't know. I just like what you're saying. If it was a hangover, I mean, why would the hangover be so gnarly after they just lost the playoff game? And like, why wouldn't Michael Jordan have these other flu games where he could barely walk? Like, I get like the hangover doesn't make sense to me either. So I can see where you're finding flaws in the food poisoning story. Hey man, I've had some nasty food poisoning, and when you say pizza Salt Lake, I can get there pretty easily. I don't know. I just give me the other story that adds up, because I mean the hangover thing, I put that at the same level as the pizza story, if you want to believe either of them.
Well, yeah, it's a guy that went to Atlantic City, you know, before a big game back in 92 or 93 or whatever it was. Like, you know, dude, definitely he had 3 cigars a day. So it's something about not taking care of his body on his own terms makes more sense to me than 5 guys knowing they're delivering a pizza and poisoning a pizza. And if 5 dudes poisoned a pizza, 5 dudes don't show up to the door. Because, like, what? It's just 0.0. It makes zero sense. Like, what in a pizza could go bad? They would have to have spiked it, which is a criminal offense, which Jordan and his crew would have went after. You know? So
pizza place in Salt Lake, man. You're digging up old cheese. You got old dough. You got cheese been out.
Very hard
You're
for
getting
old
stuff out
cheese
of
and
the
old.
dumpster.
It has to be like bad meat usually. Like, you know. But yeah, there's 0% that I buy of that story. And then that's the only thing. The rest of the doc I think is amazing. And also, like, the 5 security guards to be like, this pizza looks bad. Let's just watch Jordan eat all of it. Come on.
The story going around is that Jordan wasn't letting them have any, which is fine, but, like, still don't let him eat an entire pizza, even if you didn't have a bad feeling. It's the night before the finals. You probably shouldn't have an entire
I mean, try telling a hungry MJ
guess.
not to eat the entire pizza. I mean,
and he's
the
an
second you
athlete.
said that, the pizza's gone.
Yeah, and he's an athlete that works out a bunch. So, like, eating a full pizza that's plausible. But just everything else is kind of, like, silly.
I mean, the 5 delivery guys, I mean, that's kind of one of the key parts of the story. And if you can believe MJ Mania and the fact that the Bulls are staying at the one hotel, I mean, I think it's easier to put together than you think. I think putting a 0 on it's a mistake.
Yeah, zero belief in that story. But anyway, the rest of the doc was fantastic. I thought it was really well done.